Hello, truth seekers, welcome to Cruise TV, your #1 YouTube channel that provides you with facts, with zero to very minimal errors. Today we would dive into the benefits of science to humanity, so if you are interested in science, hit the like button and make sure to stay till the video end. So enough about us, let's get back to science. Why is science important for society? We live in a knowledge society. Knowledge, in addition to mineral resources, capital, and physical activity, is an increasingly important resource. It contributes to the functioning of democracies and innovation and helps countries to be competitive on a global scale. But the science that contributes significantly to knowledge production is confronted with new challenges. As you already know, the impact of science is diffuse and difficult to attribute. It takes a long time for it to set in, and the perspective of the measurement indicators and measurability can change significantly during this period. The role of science in an increasingly fragmented and digital society, as well as its significance for politics and civil society, will be redefined. Science can never offer a universal truth or an objective representation of the world. It can, however, offer methodologically verifiable interpretations and can question certainties and trigger reflections. Science has an important social role and at the same time bears great responsibility precisely when the situation is not clear. How can science communicate existing uncertainties and disputes clearly and still avoid the impression of arbitrariness? The world is a large, complex system, with many different competing interests all vying for your attention as to which one is most important. No one is here to decide that for you, contrary to what you might have heard. Instead, science is here to contribute something that every perspective should agree on: the best suite of facts, laws, models, theories, conclusions, and inferences that the whole of humanity has been able to collect and construct. That's what science is. It's what science was made to do. And it's why humanity is the success that it is today. In order to create the civilization we have today, we needed a whole slew of things to line up. We needed a way to feed ourselves, safely, in tremendous numbers. We needed to concoct a way to prevent the deadly effects of widespread disease. We need to maintain bodies healthy enough to go about our lives. And as our society becomes more population-rich and our cities become more population-dense, we need to solve these problems on larger and larger scales. Humanity isn't special in this regard. All living creatures need to do this in order to survive. But we're not doomed to the same fate that, say, a yeast colony is. If you place yeast in a sugar solution, those cells are going to devour their food source, multiply rapidly, begin producing waste products, which are toxic to the cells, and so the population will level off, then fall, then drop to zero. If we're smart enough, observant enough, pay enough attention to detail, and put the puzzle pieces together correctly, we can identify 1. Which sources of food are safe. 2. What we can do to unsafe foods to make them safe. 3. What's deadly to us. 4. What we can do to survive. 5. What creates a long-term threat to our civilization's survival. 6. What we can do to neutralize that threat. Humanity is special because we have the capabilities to gather all the data related to these issues, synthesize them together into one overarching framework, address each problem both individually and as a part of our larger society, and plan for our continued thriving existence here on Earth. Over the thousands and thousands of years of recorded history, the one path that's been consistently successful has been to take a scientific approach. That means a lot of hard work. It means we have to create a body of knowledge that stretches across an entire field, encompassing as many options and corner cases as possible. It means that we need to observe and take note of what happens under all sorts of different circumstances, often when many variables are in play at the same time. It means we need to quantify and understand our uncertainties, errors, and biases in performing our studies. It means we need to focus on one small problem at a time in order to learn something meaningful. And perhaps most challenging of all, we need to always be open to the possibility that our best laws, conclusions, theories, and models may be wrong. As we learn more, we must always go where the full suite of data takes us, even if it requires us to revise what we previously thought we knew. The beauty of it all is, therefore, what makes it so disconcerting to some. You can spend your entire life studying a problem, fascinated with the process of investigation and discovery. You can learn everything we know about a field and extend our knowledge within it. And you might have a beautiful idea, a preferred outcome, or a conclusion you wish were true as respects your studies. You may even put together a new theory that has the potential to revolutionize everything we think we know. But no matter how elegant, beautiful, compelling, or intuitive it is, your conclusions must be consistent with the entirety of the information we have. The most successful ideas in science aren't successful because we love them the most. They're successful because the evidence overwhelmingly validates and supports them. Not all science is about feeding the world, curing and preventing disease, preventing short and long-term threats, protecting our environment, or extending our lifespans. Much of it is about looking at esoteric systems, at other creatures, at subatomic particles, or at the universe beyond our world. It's an enterprise that's driven by curiosity, and for the search for scientific understanding. It challenges us to find truths that go beyond politics, beyond ideology, beyond our desired outcomes. It dares us to know the universe as it actually is, and the way we do that is by asking it questions about itself and then listening to the answers, no matter what they are. Science is what's led our society to the present day, where food is plentiful, abundant, and safe. Where diseases can be treated, cured, or even prevented outright before you ever get sick. Where we can quantify the threat that dirty air, contaminated water, or a hole in the ozone layer has on humanity. And where new advances lead to new technologies, enhancing our quality of life to levels that humans, even just 100 years ago, couldn't possibly have foreseen. If we want this to continue, we absolutely need to listen to, accept, and value what science has to offer in all of these regards. Hold on, let's answer the question below with honesty, and if you accept the fact, simply comment yes in the comment section and no if you don't. Does science need society? And here comes our fact. Knowledge is an increasingly important resource in our society. Science contributes significantly to the production of knowledge and thus contributes to the functioning of democracies, drives innovation, and helps countries to be competitive in the global economy. Science can never offer a universal truth or an objective representation of the world. However, it can question the conditions of validity and trigger reflection. Science thus has an important social role to play. Do you think these facts are true?